Okay, welcome to the final part 8, how to coach go, no-go meetings. I hope you've enjoyed it if you've stuck with me so far. Looking to round it off now. So here we are, go, no-go. We've got to that agreement to buy meeting because we've done some high quality outbound using our hypothesis. We've run a really effective first discovery meeting that's told us what blanks we need to fill in with different business stakeholders in the subsequent discovery meetings. We've done a really effective demo or two to different stakeholders where we've used that demo as a lever for qualification. We've synthesized and packaged all of that learning together for a really effective playback in our evaluation kickoff. That's earned the engagement of our potential champion. We've then built the confidence of that potential champion into a champion throughout the evaluation process itself because we've met and exceeded the success criteria at each evaluation step and item. We've now earned the right to leverage that go, no go with the EB, with the chief, whatever it is, officer. They might have some context on this deal already, they might not. The good news is the way to coach how we run a go, no go is it's exactly the same sequence as the evaluation kickoff. We're delivering a convincing playback, we're securing their buy-in, and we're using that buy-in to plan forwards. So exactly in the same way that we would coach that rep on how we want them to improve their evaluation kickoffs or their MBMs, exactly the same logical flow applies here. So we're thinking, how do we do more convincing playback? How do we actually know we've got that EB's buy-in? What's in it for them? And what are the items or the series of events we've put in place with them now that are going to drive us towards good implementation, launch, and adoption outcomes? The difficulty, though, is in the convincingness of that playback. We're not just trying to convince them to evaluate, we're going to convince them to actually buy. So the bar or the threshold has got way higher. So we need to think about, okay, for an EB to say yes to our proposal, what kind of questions are they asking themselves that we need to satisfy here? So when we're doing our playback, the EB is probably thinking, why do we need to make this change? Of all the things we can go and spend time on, all the things we can go and spend resources on, why do we need to make this change and why do we need to make it now? What's the payoff? That's what they're thinking. So does our playback really satisfy that desire to understand it properly? In terms of getting their buy-in, it's very natural for EBs to be thinking, who have you done this with before? I don't necessarily want to be the first. That might bring risk. What do you need from me to move things along in terms of, am I going to have to get my hands, or can I leave you to kind of be largely self-sufficient? Can I trust you to do that? Or do you need me to handhold it? And then how will we be supported? So upon deploying, do I have confidence that you're actually going to set us up for success and that you're actually invested in making sure that our team's happy and that the implementation goes well? And then when you're doing those forward planning steps, they're probably thinking, okay, well, how long is this going to take to implement? Who needs to be involved? And how are you actually going to help us with the change management here? So when we're delivering this meeting, here's what we need to try and do. Here's how we meet that bar. Here's how we meet that threshold. What's the EB going to be thinking? How do we satisfy those things? There might be a world where you have to do a bit of a demo, depending on how much context they have. You might need to walk them through a couple of customer examples, whatever it might be, that's fine. Your champion hopefully can give you a bit of preparation for that. But here's what we're looking to do. But exactly the same flow. Convincing playback, secure their buy-in, use that buy-in. So that's it. That is how we are running a sales process, and it's how we're going to coach reps through a sales process. We're all aligned on the same language. As a reminder, obviously, then to get to signature, of course, then we're into the negotiating stage. We're doing paperwork, legal involved, whatever. That's the contracting bit. But the crucial thing is if you're progressing from the go, no go, you're saying they're going to buy. It's the agreement and acknowledgement that they're going to buy pending paper process. It's not, if we can just do this thing, or if we just agree with these stakeholders, or if we just do this or just do that. All of that's done. That's in the evaluation stage. If you're progressing from the go, no go, it's done. The EB says it's done, pending paper process, and we can explain why it's in their interest to sponsor this from their executive lens. And as a reminder, consumption-based sales, it's about the ingredients. So hopefully through this series, we've walked through how we get all of these 6 ingredients in the deal in a repeatable way. And what we're aiming for all of our organizations is for them to completely understand and be able to operate their way through this self-sufficiently. So if you want to understand where you're at with a deal, and you ask that where is it question, you know that them telling you where it is also tells you what is in it, because what is in it is ultimately most important. Thank you very much.